We are live. Parikshit.
Good afternoon, everyone. We welcome you to the Travels and Tourism quiz hosted by QSOC VIT Pune. So, without wasting any time, we will get started. Question 1. During the rule of Abul Hasan Qutub Shah in 17th century, a very rich devotee, Lord Venkateshwara, built a temple of Lord near Golconda. The reason for building this temple was that devotee was unable to travel to Tirupati to pray at Lord's temple. Centuries later, the deity of this temple became famous in South India as the god who helps travelers going overseas getting an important document to embark on their journey. By what name is Lord Venkateshwara of this temple commonly known as? So I'll give you a few seconds to answer the question. And focus on the hints. The Lord near Golconda and the deity famous in South India as a god. So moving on to the next one. This UNESCO World Heritage Site was part of Old Vijayanagara Temple. Is known throughout the world as brilliant symbol of India's early medieval architectural legacy and skill. The most remarkable fact about this temple complex is which place it's apart from the other exquisite building in the area. Is a group of 56 pillars which produce fine musical sound when tapped gently. What is this temple X and the site? So it's brilliant architectural legacy. It's brilliantly made, and those 56 pillars are signature area of that temple. Tapping those pillars is banned now, but it's still amazing. So what is this temple X? Moving on to the next question.
Parikshit, we can give them slightly more time. Just to
Okay,
like
okay,
for
okay.
more like 10-20 seconds more.
Yeah, sure.
So just pan back to the like second question.
Yeah, okay, cool. So okay, should we move to next one now?
Yes, and don't worry, like even if I have skipped one or two questions, we will be flashing all questions again after the
Yeah, yeah,
quiz
yeah,
is over. So please
yeah,
stick
yeah,
on.
yeah, sure. So third question. Released in a year when Beijing hosted the Olympic Games, X is a masterpiece which told the story of few brave and strong-headed entrepreneurs. These entrepreneurs were trying very hard in late 90s and early 2000s to privatize the space station of Soviets and open it for space travel. They did fail in their quest to get control of it, but in this process one of them became world's first Y. Identify the X, which includes the name of Greek god, and Y. So basically Y is the world's first something and X is the name of Greek god. So what is it? And it's something related to Beijing Olympics. That's the hint. Okay. Moving to the next one.
We'll just like keep the third one on the screen for just like 5-6 seconds more.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Sure. Moving to the next one. The famous artist of his distinctive style of art has a museum named after him. An American singer-songwriter, best known for his 1971 hit song American Pie. He wrote that song about that artist, inspired by the artist's biography written by his brother Theo, the artist's brother. He was the artist's brother. The song is being played daily at the museum, underneath which the lyrics as well as artist print brushes are buried in the time capsule. In 1991, 20 paintings were stolen from the museum. After 35 minutes, all paintings were recovered in an abandoned car. This art theft is considered as one of the biggest art theft in history after World War II. All the paintings were in good condition, but three were severely damaged. So which three are those paintings? So I'm going to give you some time for this. So, okay. It's very famous artist and he became famous posthumously. So, moving on to the next one. The National Railway of Northwestern African country was established in 1963. This railway has a single line and serves both as passenger and cargo trains simultaneously. This train is a backbone of country's economy and has such importance that its picture is on national currency. Tourists who love extreme travels visit this African country just for this train's ride. Name this country. So basically it's North-West African country and the railway it's big hint and it's also on the national currency of that country. You can use that. I'll give you a few more seconds to answer this question. Okay. So moving on to the next one. This Virgin Goddess temple is located in one of oldest cities. The construction of this temple began around 447 BC during the city state's golden age. Sorry, that was mistake, I guess. The goddess is thought to have given the city's name. In the last decade of 6th century, this sanctuary was turned into a Christian church dedicated to Virgin Mary. The temple was also utilized as mosque during Ottoman authority. The person who commissioned the construction of this temple was city-state's longest-serving leader of that era. Name this personality. This personality is indeed famous, and you can use the hint as the temple was dedicated to Virgin Mary, and then after it was also a mosaic in Ottoman authority. So I'm gonna give a few more seconds to answer. Okay. Moving on to the next one. The dash effect, named after reality show from Australia, has helped to create boom in food industry across Australia. The popularity of this show has led to an increase in restaurant which serve mostly Thai, Chinese, Indian, and Vietnamese cuisine. People from all over country travel to different cities just to attend different food trails, which cover restaurants in these cuisines. It has also resulted steady economic growth in immigrant who run such restaurants. Fill in the blanks. So think something about effect, its effect, and popularity of this show, its show. So you can work on that. Okay, a few more seconds I'll give to answer this question. Okay, moving on to the next one. The X is sacred area named after Buddhist deity of fire. X is thought to be the training ground of a warrior cult. X has frequently been the subject of art in popular native culture. Moreover, it's sign of artistic inspiration. Despite the fact the country has been in several natural and man-made disasters with significant deaths, the area has not been responsible for any of them. Identify the X. So it's imagine the country with several natural and man-made disaster they faced in recent few decades or maybe a couple of centuries back. Few more seconds I will give. Okay, moving on to the next one. Following is the photograph of a man. We will show you photograph later, who single-handedly owned one of the largest private map collection on the planet. Map in this collection are mostly North and South America from late 18th and 19th century, used by settlers from Europe. This collection, now digitalized and housed in famous university from Bay Area. Few maps of this collection are available on the X, an online role-playing game played by millions throughout the world. Name X. So we have to name the game. So this is the image. If you want to see the question again. So imagine that record of owning the map. That's hint. Okay. So moving to the next one. Remarkably close to one of Mumbai's most famous tourist spots. Dash Road has interesting story behind its name. It is believed that when British started taxing people for grazing their cattle on certain triangular-shaped entity in the city, a popular Parsi philanthropist bought this land beside the present-day location of the road and allowed people to graze their cattle for free. The name of road thus derived from corruption of the local language word for grazing. Which road? So it's pretty famous tourist spot if you know Mumbai. And the grazing is the hint. So few more seconds to answer the question. Okay. Moving to the next one. There are different themes on which museum are based upon. Those on art, science, history, war, etc. are the some of most visited throughout the world. However, few museum presents in Cambodia, USA, Armenia, Ukraine and Rwanda are on different and very purging theme. A visit to this museum will make one shudder, but are an important part of world history. Such museums too are visited by many tourists. On which theme this museum are based. So you can use this image as a lateral hint. You can see skulls and all here. Question. So imagine on something strange part, strange theme. A couple of more seconds to answer the question. Okay, moving to the next one. There are several legends concerning the tower that have been passed down to American Indian culture. This location was included in the climax of a Steven Spielberg movie starring Richard Dreyfuss that was released in the late 1970s. In 1906, this tower became the first national monument in the United States. In 1875, a scientific survey expedition from the Office of Indian Affairs conducted something noteworthy at this location. So, what precisely did they do? So, climax of a Steven Spielberg movie. That's one of the biggest hint. Also, the first national monument in the United States. Couple of more seconds to answer this question. We will move to the next one. Okay, so the Zong Fortress, which has been the World Heritage Site since 1994, is named after a mythical abode after Bodhisattva Avalokitesvara. Its construction was started in 1645 when it was pointed out that it could be ideal as a seat of government. It was also winter palace of for spiritual leader of the country. So who now has formed government of exile in India. What palace are we talking about? So this palace is not in India, obviously, and spiritual leader who formed government of exile in India. So that is the biggest hint. So few more seconds to answer the question. Okay, moving to the next one. This news article was published in 1962, which eponymous white marbles monument name is blacked out. So this is the image. Uh, we have blacked out the name of the monument. You have to guess that from this image. Monument is quite famous and built in unique architectural style. Okay, a few more seconds to answer this question, and we will move to the next one. Okay, so next question. The historic establishment of this city supposed to have occurred at 12 p.m. on March 25, 1421 AD. Because of its unique position, this city has strategic and economic significance. It was country's final Byzantine stronghold until almost the 12th century, when it proclaimed independence. The city safeguarded itself from the land-based invasion by diverting all major rivers flowing into a lagoon, preventing sleet from filling the region around the city. This resulted a deeper lagoon habitat. Identify this city. So this city is a famous tourist spot, and focus on the hint, the country's final Byzantine stronghold, almost 12th century. So what is this city? A few more seconds, then we'll close this question. Okay. Moving on to the next one. In a trend which started in early 2018. Many bikers around the world started drawing pictures. The pictures on street using their bikes and fitness apps, which uses GPS to track their position. First, basic picture of cats and dogs started to appear on the internet. But then trend took off that folks started traveling to cities where they could draw their picture perfectly. Bikers started drawing Darth Vader, dinosaur, Wally, and even marriage proposals. There is even a serious artist from Canada who calls himself Michelangelo. Name the app used to draw the such GPS pictures. So this picture you can use as hint. You can say Darth Vader, marriage proposal here, some robot picture. Here is the question. You can. Okay. So moving to the next question. Location. This location is in the XY Valley, which runs along the western outskirts of the Chicago metropolitan region. The letter XY also appears in the name of the jail that serves as a major narrative of the first season of well-known television show. So XY jail is the fictional region prison. One of three filmmakers who worked on the live-action Spider-Man film was a alumnus of world-famous institute near XY. So you have to name the XY. So Chicago metropolitan region, you have to think about that. The XY valley near Chicago metropolitan region. Also the letter appear on the jail. Major narrative of first season of the well-known television show. Moving to the next one. Constructed between late 19th century and early 20th century, this ring of fortification protects an important European capital city. This ring is capable of flooding city if attacked by the enemy. However, modern warfare and the planes and tanks quickly made this fortification totally useless. This city, now famous among the hipsters for totally different region, was once the power of central massive naval power. Which city is being discussed here? So think about something that's once was a naval power, and the fortification and flooding the city if attacked by enemy. So few more seconds to answer this question till we move to the next. So question number 19. Located near the southernmost continent, Antarctica, X is considered as the southernmost city in the world. Not by all, it seems though, as only the country X is in their in their neighbor recognize it as the southernmost city. Even though X lacks what most cities do have in them, this factor haven't stopped tourism sector in city X. Named after a Brighton in an important port, as a thousand of tourists and scientists visit this place before and after the Antarctic voyage. Name X present in the country whose name describes its climate the best. So think about the southernmost continent, near the southernmost continent, Antarctica. Moving to the next one in a few seconds. The last question of the quiz. Of the five existing routes in India, three of them are collectively designated as UNESCO World Heritage Site. Fourth route is on the tentative list of the World Heritage Site. However, these routes get damaged almost every monsoon thanks to the loose rocks present in the nearby mountain. This route has a long tunnel with a very quirky name. It is said that the length of tunnel gives enough time for a couple to do romantic things. What the tunnel is called? So imagine the quirky thing and the name. It's fairly easy. So we will flash the question.
Keep it for around 10 to 15 seconds, and like, so that's all. That's all. 10 to 15 seconds.
Yeah, sure. So okay, flashing the questions again. So first question.
You could also read a fast summary if you want, but that's on to you, Parikshit.
Yeah, cool. So moving to the next one. So think about the 56 pillars and India's early medieval architecture legacy and skill. Okay, moving to the next one. So think about the Greek god who told story of few brave and strong-headed entrepreneurs and the wise world's first of something. Moving to the next one. So think about 1971 hit song and the world's greatest theft after World War II, art theft to be exact. Okay, moving to the next one. Think about northwestern African country and the adventurous travel. So it's extreme travel. Think about that. Okay. Moving to next one. Sorry. Think about the world's oldest, one of the world's oldest city, and the city state's golden age was around the 447 BC. So you can think about that. This personality was pretty famous. Moving to the next one. Think about the effect or the reality show about food. That's pretty enough hint to answer this question. Actually. Okay, moving to next one. Think about the country which faced many natural and man-made disaster in last few decades or couple of centuries, you can say that. And the training ground for warrior cult too, that is also huge hint. Moving to next one. The photograph of this man of who owned the largest private map collection. So this is the photograph you want to see. And you have to answer the game. Okay, so that's played by millions throughout the world. So it's pretty famous too. Okay. Moving to next one. So Mumbai's favorite tourist spot and the world grazing. That's hint. Okay, moving to next one. So imagine it's the different theme of this museum. That's huge hint here, and it's also the one important part of history. So this is the image. Think about something scully. There are skulls and all. Imagine that's important in history too. So moving to the next one. So okay, think about the first national monument in the United States and the very famous Spielberg movie. Okay, moving to the next one. The Zone Fortress and Winter's Palace for the spiritual leader of that country. Think about that. Okay, moving to the next one. So look at this picture carefully, closely. Okay, moving to the next one. So think about the Byzantine's final stronghold in that country, and then think about something how they will divert the what will happen if they divert all the rivers into a single lagoon. Not the single, but think about that. Moving to the next one. So it was famous trend, and people used to draw those picture using an app on the GPS. So you have to name the app. Moving to the next one. The XY Valley. So you have to name the X and Y combined. So they also appear in the jail, the famous television show. So moving to the next one. So this is the ring of fortification that protects important European capital city. Capital is the important word. Then think about a massive naval power that used to be. Moving to the next one. Okay, here think about the southernmost city near to the Antarctica. Moving to the next one, the last question. So think about the existing routes from India and the quirky romantic thing. We will give you a couple of seconds to answer the question. Uh, Neil, tell me when the forms will be closed.
Yeah, cool, cool. So first of all, I wanted to ask you all a question. So were you able to answer all the questions like within enough time? You can put it in the chat box.
Yeah, if you want to flash one or two questions, I can do that.
No, actually, we will not flash one or two questions again. If you want to, we'll flash all of them together. But just tell me, like, just put it in the chat box if you had enough time to process the question. That's all. You can put it in the chat box.
So
All right, cool. I think okay, so you have 1 minute to submit the answers. Like you can submit it now. No worries. You have around a minute to submit the answers, and after in a minute, like at I think it's 12:36 now, till 12:37, 12:38, in exact 1 minute from now, the forms will close. So be sure you submit the forms before 1 minute. Your time starts now.
okay.
30 seconds more.
So okay.
So the forms have been closed now, so we'll not be taking any responses. So I think let's start the discussion now of the answers.
Yeah.
You can put the answer in the chat box now.
So first question. Oh wait. So okay. First question. Any guesses? Guys, I want to see your response in chat box. So okay. Yes. No one attempted this one. Uh. Okay. The answer is Visa Balaji. Yeah. Visa Balaji is the correct answer. Ritvik. Moving to the second question. So what is this temple and this site? It's not Tirupati. It's not Tirupati. Any more guesses? So Tirupati is not the answer. It's Hampi. Yes, Hampi is the site. But what is this temple X? Yeah, they are also known as Saregama pillars. Yeah, yeah. So the answer is Vithala Temple Complex. We are asking about the temple. That's what we expected as the answer. Moving to the next one. Okay. So X is the Greek god, and the Y is words for something. Any guesses about this question? Okay, I assume no one attempted this one too. So the Greek god was orphans of Apollo and the world's first space tourist was the answer. Question 4. Uh, this artist, famous for his distinctive style of art and the world's greatest art theft after World War II. So they also had stolen the one of his famous painting. Any guesses about this? Yeah, the artist is Van Gogh. Yes, that's correct. But these three paintings were severely damaged. So, which three paintings are those? Yeah, Whitfield is the one of them. Then Still Life with Bible and Still Life with the Fruit are other two. So, moving to question number 5. So, what is this country? Yeah, it's Mauritiana. That's the correct answer. Yeah, that's the correct. Moving to the sixth question. Uh, what's this temple we're talking about here and the personality who coordinated this, who commissioned this construction of this temple? So imagine the world's oldest cities, which was at peak in 447 BC. Any guesses? So okay, I guess no one attempted that. Yeah, the Pantheon was the location. We asked about the personality. So the personality was Pericles, the temple of Athena. He ordered the construction of that temple in 447 BC. Yeah, moving to the next one. Question number 7. This was fairly easy question. Any guesses about this? Yeah, Master Chef effect. That's the correct answer. Moving to the next question. So X is the sacred area named after Buddhist deity of fire. Also the training ground for warrior cult X. Warrior cult. Sorry. Yes, that's the Mount Fuji, named after Buddhist deity of fire Fuji, and the training ground for samurais. Yes, that's Mount Fuji. After moving to the ninth question, think about the game. What game is this? You have to answer that. Not. It's about role playing game. What the role playing game? Okay. No, those aren't the correct answers. The answer of this question is Second Life. Moving to the 10th question. Think about Mumbai's most famous tourist spot, and the name of this road is a corruption of local language word for grazing. Yeah, it's Journey Road. Nice guess. Question number 11. So, any guesses on this? Yeah, Genocides Museum is the answer. That's correct. Moving to the next one. Here you have to name what that scientific survey expedition did at that location. So that happened in 1875. So what any guesses about this one? Yeah, Anish, that's the very nice answer. They gave the Devil Tower its name. Devil in Steven Spielberg movie. It was in the climax. Named it as the Devil Tower. They gave the monument its name. Uh, so you have to name the palace. So what palace are we talking about? Yes, it's Potla Palace, Lhasa. Nice answer, Anish. And Ujjwal? Question number 14. What monument? Its name is blacked out here. It's not Taj Mahal. It's Lincoln Monument. Yeah, it's nice answer. Lincoln Memorial. Question number 15. Any guesses about what we city talking about here? Any guesses about this city? Correct answer there, Anish. Venezia, or Venice as we call it today. Moving to the next question. So, what is that app we used, or that was used in this trend? Any guesses about that? Yeah, it's Strava. Correct answer. Moving to the next question. You have to name X, Y. So, what is X and Y? You just give me a minute. I will be back in a few seconds. So, okay. So, what is X and Y? Any guesses? Think about the jail that serves a major narrative in the TV show. That's the Fox River Valley. Yes, correct answer, Anish. The Fox River prison, it appeared in the Prison Break, and the director talking about here was the Mark Webb. He studied in Wisconsin University. Question number 18. So what is this city? Think about the city that was massive naval power once. Yeah, nice answers. Amsterdam. Question number 19. So So what's the question number 19? What's the answer? Any guesses? Okay. Nope. Nope. Usha is not the answer. Neither Punta Arenas. Puerto Williams is the correct answer. Nice answer there. Question number 20. This was also quite easy one. So, what is the answer? Any guesses? That's the correct answer. One case tunnel is the correct answer. So, we finished our quiz here. Thank you guys for joining us.
And be sure to like and subscribe so you can follow more of these quizzes. We'll be posting more now, like from I think October to November. We'll try to have at least two online quizzes a month. So be sure to subscribe us.
Thank you guys. We'll see you in next quiz. And we will be. Thank you everyone. Bye. Have a good day.
Thanks for joining all. Now we'll be closing the broadcast. Thank you.